Yeah, I mean, as you're talking, I'm like thinking about this, and so this, what I hear is you have another layer on top of the A9 algorithm that interprets the the input through this Cosmo information and what the user is doing on the website, on Amazon website, and then turns it into bringing the best search results through the algorithm, right? That's what it is. And then, and I'm sure, so there is, so I've had several Amazonians on the show, and one of the things that they say is, these terminologies that they have in their own world is controllable input. So what we are talking about is those controllable inputs by sellers that are fed into this Cosmo that will then feed Rufus to feed the search results according to what it is that the shopper is looking for, right? And the shopper, by the way, is not using search. Shopper is just having a conversation with Rufus. So Cosmo is now giving you the information about, or the knowledge about, how to set your content up in a way that will be easy enough for Rufus to utilize and then serve your product as a potential fit, right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm.
I would like to like, okay, if you read the white paper, it's not exactly a step-by-step process on how to become better at building your listings. They basically explain how the algorithm works. And this is the bigger question. Like, so, okay, Vanessa, if I read that, I understand the theory, but tell me what's the practice? What are the things that I need to do? So before we dive into that, I just want to clarify that Rufus, and if you read that press release, they explain that Rufus not only uses the listing information or the listing content to provide answers to customers, they also look at reviews, they look at questions, and they look at web information, like overall web information and sentiment. So in a sense, this will be like a three-dimensional like chess game that you need to play in all sides, because in the past, right, when you build a listing, you focus on the keywords that you want to target, and based on that you create your title and your bullet points and the descriptions and all of the images, all so pretty, and technically you control who sees your product based on the keywords, right? That's it. That's a game that we were playing until now. Right now, with AI interpreting our content, so they not only understand what your content is about, but they also understand the experiences that customers have with your product based on the reviews and based on the questions, based on video, based on images, which is just so crazy, the amount of complexity that they are able to synthesize with an algorithm. So now when you think about it, okay, first step, you need to talk to AI. And I call this model sell to AI. The new catalog formula is sell to AI. You first need to be kind of approved by AI, in a sense, understood by AI before they can even show your product to customers. So that's the first step. AI is your first client. And in order to build listings for AI, there are several things that you could do. One of the things that I like to do, and right now that's what I'm testing and that's what I'm building upon, is using the AI listing creator in Seller Central. So right now, when you go and add a product, you see a box where it tells you that it can create a listing, basically listing content, based on either a prompt or an image. So what I'm doing right now is that I use an image, I use my images to update to the system and let the system create the listing for me. Not because I want that content, But what I want is to understand the blueprint and the framework that they're using to build the content. So for example, I'm selling a standing desk, right? And I see that the title has a specific format where the first thing that they say it's the dimensions, or they say that it's an adjustable standing desk. They say that it's like for offices. So all of those components, I see that they're there. And based on that, I will take that, let's say, formula and recreate it in a way that I think is best, because you still have a brand voice, you still are the human that really reads that in a way that, you know, it's nice. It doesn't feel like a robot, right? And then with the bullet points and descriptions, I do exactly the same. I try to understand what they want to see in the bullet points, and then I build my own. So in that way, you're using Amazon's AI, which is one thing that is very important, because I've seen other people talking about using GPT or Gemini or BART or all of these different models. And depending on the language model, the results are different because they're not built by the same logic. So what I'm proposing is to use Amazon's AI, Amazon's logic, to build for their own logic. I think that's the closest that you could get to the truth. And if you want to even get it to a more complex level, and this is like very advanced, you will use Amazon Comprehend, which is their AI. Like if you go to AWS and you have an AWS account, you could use Amazon Comprehend to like create your listings. And that's a, you know, an extra layer that will tell you many things about your listing and how the system and the AI reads that. So that's the first component, and that's the only thing that, yeah, I guess it's the one of the only things that you can control as a seller. You control the content, what you feed into the algorithm. So you need to make sure that the system reads you properly, that understands you properly. So an example, and this also goes into the content as images, Nick, and we talk about that at the beginning, well, before the conversation, that now the system, because it understands listings, it also has the ability to get data from the images. And it's not only, let's say that you have the picture of myself right now. It's not only that they will describe like a woman, dark hair, white shirt, microphone. It's not only that. The system is so smart that it gives you context. It tells you what's my expression. Am I happy? Am I sad? Like, am I excited? It tells you more than just the main components in the picture. And that's how they're reading your listings right now. So if you have a picture, let's say, and this is an example that I give, let's say that you're selling a bottle of water, and you think that you are a good bottle of water for people that are looking accessories to go to the pool or go do hiking or, you know, do outdoor activities. You don't need to have a keyword saying like, this is the best bottle of water for outdoor activities. You just need to have an image of somebody hiking with the bottle of water in the hand. So the system understands that you are the bottle of water for outdoor activities. So that's how complex it is. Like, that's how much context it can take out of an image.
So this image being used to understand what the product is about and then include in the search results, is that part of this new functionality, or this is something already in addition to that?
It's already happening. So that's the first thing that I got to experience that was happening in Seller Central.